Hi everyone, welcome back to #Homes. I'm Rahul. If you're planning to buy a home, there's one thing most people forget to budget for: closing costs. These are the extra fees and charges that come on top of the home's purchase price. They can sometimes be thousands of dollars. So it's important to understand what they are and how to calculate them. Today, I'll break it down in the simplest way possible so you are fully prepared when you buy your next home. Number one, what are the closing costs? Closing costs are all the additional fees you pay when the home officially transfers from the seller to you. They're usually due at the time of final closing, which is when you sign the final paperwork and get the keys. Closing costs are different from your down payment. They cover things like government fees, taxes, legal costs, and sometimes lender charges. In Canada, these costs can range from 1.5% to 4% of the purchase price of the home, depending on the province and the property type. Number two, typical components of closing costs. Here are the main things included in your closing costs. Land transfer tax. This is a provincial tax you pay when the property changes ownership. Some provinces, like Ontario, have first-time homebuyer rebates. Legal fees. You need a lawyer or notary to handle the paperwork, title search, and registration. Legal fees can vary, but are usually a few $1,000s. Title insurance. This protects you if there's an issue with the property title, like fraud or liens. Home inspection or appraisal fees. Some lenders require an appraisal to confirm the property's value. Mortgage-related fees. This can include application fees, processing fees, or adjustments if your mortgage lender charges any administrative costs. Property taxes and utilities adjustments. Sometimes the seller has already paid for part of the year and you reimburse them for your share. Other fees. Depending on the property, there could be condo fees, development levies, or adjustments for prepaid costs. Number three, how to estimate your closing costs. To calculate closing costs, roughly a good rule of thumb is 1.5% to 4% of the home's purchase price. For example, if you're buying a $600,000 home, 1.5% of $600,000 equals to approximately $9,000. 4% of $600,000 is about $24,000. This gives you a range for planning purposes. Of course, the exact number depends on your province, the type of home, and the fees specific to your situation. Number four, how to make it easier to calculate. Here's a simple approach. Check provincial land transfer tax. Most provincial government websites have calculators you can use. Get quotes from a lawyer. Ask few lawyers for their fees and what's included. Include mortgage and lender fees. If your lender charges, add those in. Add extras like title insurance, home inspection, adjustments for taxes or utilities. To sum it all up, that gives you a realistic estimate of your total closing costs. This way, you won't be surprised at the last minute when you have to pay thousands more on top of your down payment. Number five, tips to save on closing costs. Shop around for legal services. Fees can vary, so compare a few options. Check for first-time homebuyers rebates. Some provinces offer rebates on land transfer tax. Negotiate with the builders or sellers. Sometimes closing costs can be included in the deal, especially for the new construction. Budget in advance. Always set aside extra money, because underestimating closing costs is one of the most common mistakes a new buyer can make. And before we sign off, that's how you calculate closing costs for a home. Remember, these are not optional. They are part of your buying process. By understanding and estimating these closing costs in advance, you can avoid surprises and also plan your budget accordingly. If you have found this video helpful, hit the like, subscribe to #Homes, and leave a comment below. What was the biggest surprise you discovered about closing costs? We'll pick some of your comments to answer in our next video. Until next time, stay smart, plan carefully, and happy house hunting.